Exhaust headers, or manifolds as we know them, amp up your pulling power. For your car engine, that is. They bolt onto the engine, giving each cylinder its own exhaust pipe, leading to a collector, which connects to the car's main exhaust pipe. Fire her up. A header draws out significantly more spent exhaust gases after combustion, leaving room for more fuel and air to enter the cylinder for the next combustion cycle. Headers are made of steel or stainless steel. Using a roll cutter, steel tubes are sliced into 15cm long pieces for the header's collector. A forming tool on a press stretches one end of the collector outwards. The same end is then placed on a forming machine, which shapes it like a four-leaf clover. Next, a flange is slipped over the unshaped end, which is then widened. This forms the ball portion of what will be a gasketless ball and socket connection to the car's main exhaust pipe. Meanwhile, narrower tubes are roll cut into 81cm long pieces to make the header's primary tubes, the ones that attach at the top to the engine cylinders. A computer-guided mandrel bends the tube in 4 places. The mandrel fills the inside of the tube, just up to the bend point, preventing the tube from compressing or collapsing under pressure. This header is for a 4-cylinder engine, so it has 4 primary tubes. An 8-cylinder engine requires a pair of headers, whereas a 6-cylinder engine requires a pair of 3 tube headers. The bent primary tubes are trimmed to the required length with a bandsaw. The 2 sawn edges of the tube are ragged, so the next step is to grind them smooth. After grinding, the edge no longer looks like this. The top end of the tube is heated with a torch to soften the steel. The glowing tip is then placed into an end forming machine. The machine shapes the end to match the top profile of the cylinder to which the tube will be mounted. Cylinder profiles vary from engine to engine, so the forming tool is changed to suit. The header flange, with its 4 exhaust ports, is clamped onto an assembly jig. The top ends of the primary tubes are positioned in each port. The bottom ends are then inserted into the 4-leaf clover-shaped collector. Time to fix it all together. The top end of each tube is welded to its exhaust port on the header flange. Finally, the bottom ends of the tubes are welded to the collector. The header's 3 sections, flange, tubes and collector, are now fused. The welds around the ports are ground down, but left slightly proud. That remaining weld material encircling the ports will act as a seal to prevent leakage. During welding, some material can drip into the header's flange openings, so bolt holes and the openings and insides are reamed and ground clean. The header is then tested on the corresponding engine cylinder head to make sure the bolt holes are properly positioned. A torch is then run over all the joints to check the welds. The flame will shoot through any holes that need patching up, but this one is solid. This factory applies one of 2 finishes on its exhaust headers. The basic coat uses black water-based paint, sprayed on and air-dried. It prevents surface rust from forming. The higher-end baked-on finish is an aerospace-grade ceramic coating available in black or silver. Rust-robust, super-fueled and ready for some high-performance driving. It's lights out and hammer time.